this is Gold Turkey 49, and we're going to be talking about the Warrior today. Guild Wars 2 is going awesome. New job's going good for anybody who cares. But yeah, let's talk about the Warrior. First of all, what build do I use in PvP? Because this build's going to be focusing on PvP more than anything. Well, I like to go Rifle Warhammer. Now, first of all, let me preface that, that it's not the only build out there. I mean, I've seen people do like dual axes, axe shield. There's all kinds of cool builds out there. It's one of the great things about Guild Wars 2. There's all this fun stuff you can find out. But, Warriors are one of the best. I think Warriors are awesome. I just think they're really, really versatile and they can do all kinds of fun stuff. What build am I running specifically outside of using a Warhammer and a rifle? Well, my slot skills are Mending on healing, and then for my three utilities, I use Bull Charge, Fear Me, Balance Stance. Bull's Charge is good CC. Fear Me is even better CC because it's an AoE Fear. Balance Stance gives me several seconds of most CC immunity, which is nice so that I can still maneuver around. For my ultimate, I like to go Signet of Rage, just because it's got movement speed and a lot of other juicy things, and it lasts a fair amount of time. Traits, I go, well, actually, we'll talk about traits here in a minute, but kind of back to what is this build about before I go into that. Well, the hammer is a lot of CC. If you look at all the great hammer skills, you got a lot of CC. You got AoE CC, single target CC, you got another AoE CC with your Profession Warrior when you build up your bar. And then on top of that, when you switch out to rifle, you got long range single target DPS. But not only that, you also have your number 5, which is a really powerful knockback, pommel strike or pommel butt or whatever it's called. So yeah, you have a lot of versatility and a lot of options with the Warrior. And I just think that for my play style, that it works really good to have a lot of CC with the Warhammer, rifle, long range single target, and a little bit of CC on top of that, plus a lot of CC in my slot skills with Fear Me and Bull's Charge. And you'll notice in this footage that I'm rolling with a couple of thief friends from my guild. Oh yeah, a little bit of teamwork. But I'm rolling with these two guys called and Cutluch, and they both spec DPS for the most part, so that's why I don't really have to, because I'm a giver, not a taker. Let people do their jobs. Back to the traits. It looks like I'm going to be rolling with, I go 20 strength, 20 arms, 20 defense, don't put anything in tactics, and 10 discipline. And this screenshot should help you look, see kind of what I'm taking, and you can see the specific numbers of the things I'm taking. So yeah, that's what's going on. And oh, did that screenshot happen to cover the death scene? Oh no. Oh boy. Teehee. What a tragedy. Oh well. So anyway, let's get back into the fight. And one of the interesting things about PvP in Guild Wars 2 is you tend to die now and again. You can die a lot and still win and still end up in first place. That's one of the cool things about this game, is since there's no real quote-unquote tanks or quote-unquote healers, although some classes are better at tanking and healing than others to some degrees, but still at the end of the day you don't have any designated healers or designated tanks. And then on top of that, when you die, you're actually in a down state where you can still maneuver your way back up to life. For instance, if the person who puts you in the down state gets put into a down state, you'll get or not a down state, but if they get killed, then you'll get a rally. So sometimes if your friends are on the ground, trying to fight to survive, and then you can get a rally off by killing the person who put them in that state before they can finish him off. It's a win-win. This guy's trying to come into my territory. Looks like he's got a friend. So right there, I'm probably going to die. But because I try to build a little bit tanky, you see right there, I use Bull Charge on that guy. Once again, the single target CC. And I'm going through all my CC. Got to heal myself right there. Come on, got the heal off. Haven't used Balance Stance yet because they don't have a lot of CC. It seems at the moment I get dropped. So see, I'm fighting to survive. Notice they res me. That guy went down and healed me up. So now I'm back into the fight. Little more CC going on. We finish off the guys on the ground, which they weren't able to do with me. We still got one more guy that we got to finish off. Boom! And we're going to finish him off. Yeah. I think I'm going to need to drink a beer after that. Actually, it's not a beer. It's Coke and rum. No, actually, it's not a Coke and rum. It's just water. I know. It's lame. I'm sorry. Don't hit me, Dad. Wait, am I still recording? Better edit that out. Anyway, so, you talk about Warrior, lots of good stuff going on. I mean, it's all about CC for me and point control. You take points, you capture points. Also remember that the PvP I'm showing is small scale instance PvP, 8v8. I'm not showing you any tournament PvP, which is the same maps but 5v5 and typically has a lot more organized groups and things like that. But then you also have world versus world versus world, which is PvP, but that's more of a Zerg fest and has a lot more, I don't know, it tends to have a lot more AoE, Zergy kind of stuff. So anyway, we're trying to hold down this point. I'm going through my CC. Right there, you see I rifle butted that guy outside of the point, so that there for a few seconds he was no longer capturing it. He's trying to focus me. I rolled, kind of dodged out of his way. I'm going to probably do it again. Nope, looks like he's down and we'll be able to finish him off. And that was a good example of using your roll or your dodge to outmaneuver an opponent. Sometimes they'll do it to you, you can do it to them too. When somebody's trying to focus you down, try to dodge out of his way, because you're effectively making them useless, especially if they're a DPS class. Because if you take a DPS class and then you render it so that they're not doing DPS and they're just standing there going hurt the dirt, typically in that kind of a situation, that DPS class is really going to be hurting because they rely on that DPS to be effective and do their job. Most high DPSers aren't very high tanky. Ooh, nice AoE CC on that guy. Looks like he disappeared last second, but we still got more of them we got to kill. So that's kind of what's going on with the Warrior. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. People have been talking, hey, Cold Turkey, how fun is Guild Wars 2? You think you'll be playing it for a long time? Honestly, I'm having a blast. I'm taking my time. My guy's only level like 32. I know people who are already in the 70s. I've seen some people who are already 80. The game's only been out for, what, a week now? So, I'm going really, 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 really slow. I'm enjoying myself. I'm taking my time. I'm just having fun. Like I said earlier, I got that new job that I'm working, and that's going well, but it's a tough job. Mentally it's pretty taxing. New area, new code. Oh, AOACC, boom, yeah! Actually, that was kind of lame, because I didn't really need to do that. Probably could have done the rifle out and shot him. But hindsight always proves 2020, doesn't it? You look at the scoreboard, we're effectively already won the match. You can see we're about to tick 500, we control 2 points, and we're just screwing around at this point. And if you've also been observant throughout the match, you have noticed that I don't do a lot of damage with this build, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this earlier, but with Hammer, it's all about CC application and controlling points. Rifle, single target burst at long range, and a little bit of CC if it comes out to... Oh, did you notice I was first place right there? Yeah! First place, most points, winning team, 500. Feeling so good. Oh, yeah. Oh. Alright, you know what? Was one match enough? That was just one match, guys. Cold Turkey 49's got a special today. Instead of just one match, no sir, we're gonna go with 2 matches. Let's start it out. One thing you'll notice right there, I equipped a Warhorn real quick when we ran out of the gate, and then re-equipped my rifle. Some people will ask me, well, Cold Turkey, why don't you just have Warhorn in one of your selectable weapon slots? The reason I do that is when you're in combat, you only have those 2 weapon toggles, which is Warhammer Rifle for me. But outside of combat, you can equip anything you want. And for the Warhorn has a really huge AoE buff, 1,200 range, 20-second cooldown, lasts like 12 or 15 seconds, can't remember. But the moral of the story is that buff affects movement. So what I like to do is I like to put my item screen in the lower left-hand side, and then when I know I'm not in combat or when I'm not facing the threat of combat, I equip the Warhorn real quickly, use it, give everybody a speed buff, and then re-equip the weapons I know I'm going to be using in combat. Because remember, once you're in combat, you can't just open up your inventory and start switching everything out. Yes, you can toggle between your 2 weapons, which in my case is Warhammer Rifle. And I don't think every profession can do that, if I'm not mistaken, and I probably am because it's been since beta. But in the beta, when I played an engineer, engineers didn't have weapon toggle. I could be wrong. You'll notice I'm taking on pretty much the entire enemy team at this point, and things are not looking so good. Oh no, I got 1 guy with me versus, what, 5 of them? So yeah, I'm dead. I tried to apply as much CC as I could, last as long as I could, but at the end of the day, all I really was able to do was buy my team a good 10 seconds, make them take longer to control the point, and hopefully annoy them a little bit. So right here, re-equip the horn, use the horn, re-equip my primary weapon in case I get in combat when I go down here, and now I'm out and about, ready to roll again. Ooh, what's over there? Am I seeing something? What's going on? I don't know. Other classes that I'm thinking about playing and trying out, I've been thinking about the Guardian a lot. Guardians are a lot of fun. I think my Guardians are like level 9 or 10. The other one I was thinking about is Elementalist, and well, those are the 3 I'm thinking about right now. Obviously, I want to try all the professions out at some point, but at the end of the day, getting all of them to 80 and getting all of them geared, well, not geared, but getting, you know what I mean, getting them used to the builds and everything, because it takes time. That's another thing, too. If you're new to PvP and you do really, really bad, don't get discouraged. I don't know why I res this guy. I mean, there's no point. He's going to just res back at the base. But anyway, so don't get discouraged when you're a first-timer PvP and you're struggling with things and you're having trouble. When I first was doing PvP, I'll admit it, I'll come out and say it, all I was doing was hitting all the buttons and hoping it worked. And a lot of people I've talked to, when they go into PvP for the first time, when they're playing Guild Wars 2 or any new MMO for that matter, typically you tend to sort of digress to the button mashing, hope it works phase. And you know what? If it's your first match or it's your first day or two, that's okay. This guy's trying to control the point. I'm going to try to stop him. I bulls rush in, and then I hit my AoE fear to knock him outside of the point. So that means he's going to stop capturing, and I'm going to be capturing. See, I knock him out of the point again. You see another tick came for the blue team right there. So that's a really good example of me trying to control the point with massive amounts of CC. In a one-on-one fight, this guy's going to destroy me. He's practically already won. But he wasn't able to take the point. I'm going to jump off, and I'm going to wheel around here. He doesn't choose to follow. He probably should have, but in his mind, he was thinking, well, I could just recapture the point. So what was I able to do at that point? Remember, hold, down, delay, CC, things like that. But back to what I was talking about before I interrupted myself, I'm going to just hide behind a corner here. Hee so sneaky. Is first-time PvPers, if you can admit you're bad, then admit it, and from there you can improve. It's people who are really bad at PvP but think they're really good and refuse to admit it. Those are the kind of people that you want to avoid like the plague. I've had a couple guys come into my guild, and they're really bad at PvP. They're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just spamming buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. Help me out, cold turkey. You see, that's good. That's a good place to be because that means you're teachable and you can figure stuff out. So, you know what? If you don't know what's going on, it's okay. So right there, I was trying to get him out of the point, try to capture the point. I'm staying in the point despite the fact there's a fight going on right out in front of me. Gonna move in with the CC. He drops. Go the finish. So we got the point, we got the finish, I survived, hooray. So it was a triple win scenario. You look at the scoreboard, we got 2 points, 240 something to their 118, 119, whatever. So things are going really good for our team, and once again, you've probably noticed that the two guys I'm rolling with, and Cutluch, are out there doing their sneaky, killing things with a lot of DPS. That's actually something I'll probably talk about is the build they're using to see how much DPS they're getting off stuff like that, because man, it's brutal. Another interesting thing about this particular PvP map in general, because there's several that you toggle through when you're doing the PvP, is that there's these sort of neutral creeps on both sides of the map. Kind of think like, I don't know, if you come in from League of Legends, think of like Dragon or Baron, and well, maybe think of Baron, because they give you buffs and they give you points, so to speak. But then again, it's not as hard as, I don't know, whatever. So anyway, that guy, he was dumb. Boom, boom. Gonna shoot him. That's actually something I should probably address as well. As people have been noticing in this video, is there's a lot of times when an opponent's downed and he's about to be finished off that I choose not to finish off the opponent, but to apply damage while somebody else finishes him off. Why do I do that? Here's the thing, is if I'm rolling with a team and I know they're smart enough to finish off an opponent, oh, I got turned into a bird, I hate that. But if I know they're smart enough to turn into a bird, if I know they're smart, if I know they're smart enough to finish off an opponent while they're on the ground, which most people aren't, I mean, seriously, man, it's bad, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply damage to that opponent for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm going to get credit for the kill. I'll get points for it because I was damaging them while they're in the down state and they got finished. And number two, you never know. Sometimes CC will come in from out of nowhere and interrupt the guy who's trying to pull the finish off. And in cases like that, applying damage might have been the better solution. So what it is it's one of those things where I'm trying to cover all the bases, still get the points, and I'm trusting my teammates to do the right thing if they're smart enough to do the right thing. Obviously, that's not always the case because sometimes you get some bad players. All right, little AoE, boom, nice. I did tons of damage, got them both in the AoE, then I hit fear, drop him out. That guy falls underneath there in that little corner. That sucks. That's great for us, bad for him. Get a finish, tries to teleport away. You see I still got the kill. Some professions can do that when they're in the down state. They can kind of teleport away or shift themselves, which makes it more difficult to finish them off when they're in the down state. But you know what? Just keep trying. Be perseverant. You'll be able to get it. This guy, he's taking us on. It's a 1v3. Apply some CC, knock him back out of the circle so he's not even trying to capture it. There's 3 of us here anyway, so nothing's going to happen. He goes for a shield block right there. Notice I don't get within melee range at that point because I know what he's going to do is he's going to block. And he gets killed because it was a 1 versus 3. And you know what? In fairness, I've done things like that too, where I've charged up a point hoping to capture it. Turns out there's like 3 to 6 people there. Whoops! So, yeah, looks like we're going to win this one. They got 200, we got 450 something. Oh, there's my friends right there hanging out. You see we got our guild emblem set. The guild's going strong. Got a lot of people in it. Everything's going good. Guild Wars 2 going great. Great game, really love it. Hopefully I'll be able to put out some more videos with different professions. I'm also thinking about trying a dual axe build or axe shield build in PvP with the warrior, so maybe I'll do a video on that. So new professions, new builds with the warrior. There's all sorts of things I could be talking about, but at the end of the day, just remember, Cold Turkey 49 is playing Guild Wars 2. He's on the Jade Quarry server. He's got a guild all set up. If you want to message me, say hi, join the guild, just chill out. It's Sir Doc, SERDOC. Or if I'm not online with my main, I'm typically online with my alt, which is Blanel, BLANEL. This is Cold Turkey. Thanks for watching.